Have you ever looked at someone very smart and wondered, why is this person still struggling with money? Maybe they get top marks in exams, give great ideas in the office, or know a lot about the world, but their bank account is always empty. Sometimes that smart person is not someone else. Sometimes it is you. You read, you think, you understand quickly, but at the end of the month you are still asking, where did all my money go? If you have ever felt this way, this story is for you. It may not just entertain you, it may also show you the hidden reason why so many smart people stay poor. In a busy town lived a young man named Ravi. Ravi was known as the smartest boy in his school and later the cleverest employee in his office. From childhood, teachers praised him, friends asked him for help with homework, and relatives proudly said, Ravi will be very successful one day. In many ways, they were right. Ravi was quick, logical, and always full of ideas. But there was one thing he never understood, and no one ever really taught him about it: money. When he was a student, he thought, once I get a good job, money will not be a problem. When he got his first job, he thought, once I get a higher salary, I will start saving. When he finally received a promotion, he smiled and said to himself, now life will be easy. But months passed, then years, and Ravi noticed something strange. No matter how much his income increased, his bank balance stayed almost the same. Sometimes he was even in debt. He had a smartphone, nice clothes, dinners with friends, and new gadgets, but at the end of the month, he felt the same old pressure in his chest. Bills, rent, unexpected expenses, everything took away his money like a thief in the dark. One evening, after his card was declined at a restaurant, Ravi walked home with heavy steps. He felt ashamed, confused, and angry at himself. I work so hard, he thought. I'm not stupid. Then why am I always broke? Why are others who are not even as smart as I am living better than me? As if the universe was listening, just then his phone buzzed. It was a message from his old school teacher, Mr. D'Souza. Ravi, I am in your city for a few days. If you are free tomorrow evening, let us meet. Ravi agreed immediately. He respected this teacher more than anyone else because Mr. D'Souza never just taught subjects. He taught life. What Ravi didn't know was that this meeting would finally answer the painful question that had been following him for years: why smart people can still stay poor. And once he heard the truth, he would never be able to look at money or at his own intelligence in the same way again. His real lesson began. The next evening, Ravi met Mr. D'Souza in a small cafe near his office. The old teacher looked almost the same, just a little slower, a little more wrinkled, and with kinder eyes. After some small talk, Mr. D'Souza leaned forward and said softly, So Ravi, tell me, you look tired. What is troubling you? The question opened a door inside Ravi. He told his teacher everything: his good job, his promotions, his long hours, his empty bank account. He spoke about the embarrassment at the restaurant and the fear that he would never be able to give his parents a better life. Words poured out of him like water from a broken tap. When he finally stopped, the cafe was quiet and his tea had gone cold. Mr. D'Souza did not laugh, did not judge. He simply asked, Ravi, in school, who were the top 3 students in your class? Ravi thought for a moment and named them. He even added, Sir, you remember I was usually number 4 or 5. We were the smart ones. The teacher nodded. And now, many years later, tell me honestly, are all of them rich? Are all of them living the life you dreamed of? Ravi hesitated. One of those classmates was struggling with loans. Another was jumping from job to job, always angry at the system. Only one had started a small business and seemed truly free. No, sir, Ravi admitted. Some of them are doing worse than I am, but they were so intelligent, it doesn't make sense. Mr. D'Souza smiled sadly. That is because, my boy, the world does not pay you for the marks in your head. It pays you for the value you create and the decisions you make again and again with your money. Intelligence is a tool, not a guarantee. A sharp knife can cook a meal, or it can cut your own hand. It depends on who is holding it and how they use it. Ravi looked confused. But sir, I work hard. I use my brain every day. Then why am I still poor? The old man took a deep breath. Let me answer with a story. There were once two brothers, Aaron and Varun. Varun was like you, clever and quick. Aaron was average in studies, slow in answers, quiet in class. Teachers praised Varun and worried about Arun. Everyone expected Varun to rise high and leave Arun far behind. Ravi listened carefully. Somewhere in his heart, he already knew this story would not end the way people expected. Years later, both brothers left school and stepped into the real world. Varun easily got a high-paying job in a big company. Arun joined a small shop as a helper. Everyone laughed at Arun and congratulated Varun. But life, unlike exams, has its own marking system, and it was about to surprise the entire family. Ravi leaned in, his chest tight, as if he was listening to his own future unfold slowly. At first, life proved everyone right. Varun, the genius, joined a big company in the city. He posted photos from a glass building with free coffee, foreign clients, and a shiny ID card around his neck. His salary was many times higher than anything Arun earned in the small shop. Arun swept floors, carried boxes, smiled at customers, and closed the shutters at night. There were no air conditioners, no company parties, no travel allowances. At family gatherings, relatives asked Varun about his job with pride. Hardly anyone asked Arun anything at all. People whispered, "Poor Arun, he was always the slow one. Varun will be rich, Arun will struggle forever." On the surface, it looked true. But slowly, something else was happening under that surface. Every month when Varun's salary came, he felt like a king for a few days. He ordered food from apps, bought new gadgets to reward himself, upgraded his phone before it was even old, and went on weekend trips to escape stress. At the end of the month, his wallet felt light, and his credit card bill felt heavy. But he told himself, next month I will start saving. Next month never really arrived. Arun's life looked ordinary and even boring. He packed his own lunch, took the bus, and went straight home after work. Yet inside the shop, the owner slowly taught him how to talk to customers, deal with suppliers, and count real profit. Aaron listened, asked questions, and quietly saved a little from every salary, no matter how small. Years passed. One evening, the shop owner called Arun into the tiny back office. His voice was gentle but serious. "I'm getting old," he said. "You have treated this place like your own. I want to retire in a few years. Would you like to become my partner?" Aaron was shocked. With the savings he had quietly built and a small loan, he bought a share of the business. Slowly, the shop expanded, then opened another branch. Aaron was no longer just an employee. He was an owner. Meanwhile, Varun's story looked shiny but felt shaky. Each time his salary increased, his lifestyle rose even faster. New phone, new car on loan, bigger apartment on rent, more bills to pay. From the outside, he seemed successful. Inside, he was one lost job or medical emergency away from disaster. He was not poor in intelligence, he was poor in habits and choices. Mr. D'Souza looked at Ravi and said, "Do you see the mistake? The world does not pay you for being smart in exams. It pays you for how you use money each month. Many people stay poor because they wait for a higher salary, but never change habits." Ravi's voice was quiet. "What should I do, sir?" "Start small," the teacher replied. "Spend less than you earn, save before you spend, and study money as seriously as you studied your subjects. Then your intelligence will work for your true freedom."